hard. Got my caffeine.
Hey. Hello, everybody. Please welcome to the stage Richard Spate and Rob Benedict, the Kings of Con.
Oh my gosh, it's us.
Did you like that, Billy?
What a shocking surprise.
Did you like that piano solo?
I thought it was fucking great.
Yeah, thank you.
What happened?
Perfectly in key.
Oh, in here?
Billy really appreciated our piano playing.
Well, we had worked it out, and we said, well, there's two pianos, let's both play. We looked at each other, and he said, do you play piano? No. Do you? No. Let's go play piano. So here we are.
I said, I'll take the top one, and there you have it.
All right, there goes the band, hurrying off stage. Go back to the green room to do illegal, illicit narcotics.
I.e., sleep and read the newspaper.
Hey, sleep is a drug, my friend. Sleep is a drug. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Are you having as much fun as I think you're having? I mean, this is it, man. The end of the year. We're in San Francisco-esque area.
We never actually went to San Francisco.
You never went? We did. We gave a tour of San Francisco.
No, I'm saying we never, like we've never actually, the convention has never been to San Francisco.
No, we did. But that's, you know, it's...
Oh, really?
What
I don't
happened?
think I was at that one.
I was.
You were.
I was. What year was that?
2011.
2011, yeah. It feels like it was just yesterday, plus 7 years, it feels like. But we took it, Robbie and I did a tour of San Francisco, which was, thank you, but clearly if you cheered, you weren't on the tour because it was the blind leading the naked as we groped our way across the city we don't know or understand. But it was fun. Good times were had.
I didn't realize they were naked.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
But we were blind. How would we know?
That's what I'm saying. I was blind. I didn't realize they were naked.
That's the bit. Use your hands more, brother. You'll figure some stuff out.
But it was a really fun time, the tour of San Francisco.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a great weekend.
I call it kind of an untour.
Yeah, well, we were also tourists. So it was like, there's a bunch of tourists with no guide.
It's a tour where your guides are going, what do you think that is? How long has it been there?
I've never been to this town. It was awesome, though. The whole weekend has been super cool. And I don't say that lightly. We've had great shows this year. It's been a great, really fun year with some new towns and a lot of new actors involved in the circuit. That's been so great. And there's such a mixed energy to wrapping it up because obviously everybody's excited about the holidays and everybody's, you know, probably taking a break from work and spending time with family and done with school. But at the same time, we get in the zone of kind of digging this routine of getting together and improvising and playing music and, you know, going off our separate ways, but then reconvening for a weekend with our friends that we have grown to be close to professionally and personally and get to have our own sort of fun. While you're having fun, we're having a parallel universe of fun back there. So it's a mixed blessing to have this be the last one of the year. And you guys have been so warm and gracious and fun. It's been such a great experience. It's a great town to wrap it up in, I think, Baba.
Absolutely, Rich. But I got good news for you.
Hit me.
We're going to be back at it in about 5 weeks. I know it feels like end of the year. Oh, shucks, it's all done. No, like middle of January. We're in Orlando.
And by the way, that goes by in about 6 minutes, right?
Totally,
it's like poof. Well, let's dive in.
Let's do it.
Let's ask some questions.
Let's ask some questions.
No, I should answer them, I guess. All right, you, right there.
Okay, so this question has some backstory. We were bored one day and decided to watch Supernatural, and we chose one of your episodes, Rob, but we decided to watch it in Spanish.
Okay.
And so I was wondering if you guys ever considered or have watched Supernatural in Spanish, and if so, what did you think of the voiceovers?
Well, I can make this real quick. No. Bravo?
At one point, someone sent me an Italian-dubbed Supernatural, and I thought it was so funny because, like, I don't speak Italian, but like it's the tone of everyone's voices. And so it was like Jensen and Jared were like, and then Chuck was like, and
the Italian you is
the
just
Italian
the
me
voiceover.
was just like, That really cracked me up. But no, I don't think I've ever seen Spanish. I saw an Italian.
No, I never have either.
How was it? How did I do?
Was it bueno?
You were good. Jared and Jensen had the exact same voice.
That's so funny.
Like,
That's hilarious.
So you're saying it was no bueno?
eh.
All right.
Hey, that's a gig. How would you like to be the guy that does the overdubbing? Because you know those guys, the guy who plays Jensen is all just doing like 6 other American shows, you know what I mean, that he overdubs. Like, that's a good gig if you're that guy.
He's Senor Jensen.
Yeah.
Hello, I am Senor Jensen.
I am the voice of Jensen.
I am the Senor.
You may recognize my
What
voice.
is Spanish for bowlegs?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
These are my comedy elbows.
What are we doing? These are my ha-ha joints. All right, thank you for your question.
Thank you.
We
Thank
weren't
you.
much help, but thank you. All right, you, right there.
Hi. First of all, I wanted to thank you guys for sharing the awesome Tim Omenson potatoes au gratin story yesterday.
You're welcome.
Really appreciated it. My question was originally going to be, what would you do for a Klondike bar? But I thought better of it
Good.
because I'm a little worried about you guys. So
You should be.
yes. So my actual question is going to be, in season 9 we saw Kane and we saw the damage he did, and what I would like to know is how Chuck and God and Loki might have handled the situation.
Oh, for Christ's sake, woman.
What happened?
4 years ago, I have no idea. Well, I tell you what do you think they would have done?
The first thought in my head, Loki would have made everybody sing.
I totally
don't know
agree.
why.
I totally agree. That's exactly what I was going to say. And God?
I don't know. Something about cats, maybe? Something with cats?
Something with cats.
Makes perfect sense.
I was going to say something with
If
cats.
we knew what season 9 was about, we would have a cat-centric singing answer for you. But
I agree, and I think that's an awesome answer. I can't imagine an answer that Rich and I could give that would top singing cats.
singing cats. We would
So-
train singing cats to handle whatever issue was living large back in season 9.
Cut to you and I return to the show, and there's a whole bunch of singing cats.
And it's all season 9 references. Right? Damn it. Anyway, thank
Thank
you for the question.
Thank you guys.
I never wished for a Klondike question more. I feel like if you.
So first, Rob, you're super adorable. And second, what's your favorite song to play or sing that isn't a Loud and Swain one?
Whipping Post. Whipping Post. I was thinking last night, I was like, I miss Whipping Post. Whipping Post is just super fun because Rich is with us. You know, everyone comes on stage, you know, and, you know, when Jensen sings it, it's a home run. And Rich and I totally get to rock out. I love singing the song myself, but I also love when Jensen sings it because I get to take the song to just play guitar, and that's super fun. And Rich and I, there's this like part where you do
Walk up.
run up the neck, yeah, and it's just super fun
That's
to
a
rock out
great
to that
song.
song.
That's like, I remember the first time we started doing that, we started doing Whipping Post we did it for Jensen just originally. Now we've done it with you singing and everything. And it's, for all the tightness and dialed in rehearsal that goes into Saturday Night Special, that one song always feels like we're just in a blues bar playing a blues tune for free beer. You know, like it's just a loose free-for-all, that tune.
It was a staple in our set list for a while, simply because we just loved playing it. There was no other reason to play it. Because usually we only do covers when there's a guest star. So Jensen would sing it, so we play it. But then Jensen sometimes couldn't be there on Saturday night, but we still played it because we just love playing that song.
Yeah,
I would
my
say-
favorite time we ever played it, too, specifically, was one time Ackles came out and did something else. Brother or something. He did some song that killed. The audience, you know, went bananas. Because if you've never heard Jensen Ackles sing, the kid's got a fantastic voice. I mean, he's a really gifted singer.
It's on that Saturday Night Special.
It's
CD.
on the Saturday Night Special, so you don't have to go without hearing it. Just go. Whipping Post with him singing is on the album. Go buy it and listen, and you'll hear what I'm saying. Fantastic voice. And at one point, he had played his song that was in the list, that was rehearsed and agreed upon, and the crowd went bananas, as crowds are wont to do when he does anything. And as he was leaving stage, because I'm over there and I see Billy over here, because everybody's kind of reveling in the success of that of the other song, and you just see Billy go, "Whipping Post," and you see Ackles, he's walking off the stage. He goes, "Really?" Looks over at me, like, "Really?" We go, "Huh?" And we go, "All right." And we just spontaneously did Whipping Post, and it was fantastic because it was even the loosest we've ever done it because we hadn't thought about it. We didn't overthink it. We didn't overplan it. It was just fantastic. So
The other funny whipping post story I have is that he used to do this thing, there's long guitar solos in that song. Billy's got one and I've got one. And he would turn and he'd leave the stage. Because if he felt kind of awkward sort of staying on stage. But then it got to the point where he would not leave the stage. And then he like roots us on. And I'll never forget the first time he did it. He like comes over to me and I'm soloing and he goes, "Come on, Robbie!" So I was like, "I'm trying, Jensen."
I'm working, Daddy, I'm working. Come on now.
Robbie.
That grass ain't gonna mow itself. Farm that field, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
You.
Hi. My question is, like, when you guys first pick up a guitar or a bass or whatever, is there one song you instinctively start playing? And if so, what?
That's a good question. Lately, I've been doing this like little like solo scale that Billy taught me. That it came from the solo that he plays for Simple Man, which we've done with Jared Jensen a couple times, and so he taught me this part that I play when we all play it, and it's kind of complicated and very Billy, and Billy taught it to me, and so like that's my sort of finger exercise is doing this little run that's in Simple Man. That's mine. Is there a bass lick that you like auto go to when you're like, is the bass working?
Yeah, there's a couple. I tend to play "Money" by Pink Floyd because it's at the boom boom ba doom ba doom 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 doom. Good bass tune. In high school, our go-to song, and this will definitely not make sense to the younger folks, but it was the theme from Barney Miller. Every bass player in high school wanted to be able to play dum doo doo dum doo doo dum. It's a great TV thing. That one, and honestly, Whipping Post was always a go-to. Like Whipping Post is a song. Because remember when you guys first said like, maybe we'll do Whipping Post, and I'm like, you mean doodle 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 doodle? Like I knew it like the first time we ever ran it because I knew that song from being 16 and playing it. So that's always been a fun go-to blues run. Anything kind of bluesy. So that one.
And for years, sort of pre-Saturday Night Special, I would just do Jesse's Girl because that's just a fun. And everybody goes like, yeah, Jesse's Girl. But I always do that.
For me, for the guitar, and I plunk around on the guitar as well, not as well as these guys, but for fun. And I think always it's Life in the Fast Lane, that opening like doodle doodle da da doo 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 doodle doodle da da doo doo. It's just a fun little run to play. And then when I saw the documentary about the Eagles, which you've seen, that song was written based on that run, which was Joe Walsh's warm-up. It was just his little warm-up, like diddle diddle da diddle dee dee. Like, wait, that's a song. So that's a fun little run. Thank you.
No problem.
For your question. You.
Who is your favorite Game of Thrones character and why?
Yeah, they answer Rob D. For this for you, dee diddle dee 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 da 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 dee 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 dee. You love the show, Rob. So do I. Rob will answer now with heartfelt word. Ba ba da bee bee ba da boo.
Do it in low volume, and I'll answer over you singing that song.
Ma da da.
What's that?
It's the bridge part when he goes like after when Westeros is coming in like
gosh, it's really hard to pick a favorite. I guess my favorite is Daenerys Targaryen.
Daenerys Targaryen.
She really is such a badass. She's super hot.
So hot.
Can we turn it down a little more? And
a-hole rubs a turd.
she's so cool and so hot and such a badass, and I really root for her. I wish her and Jon Snow could get together, but I know they're kind of brother sisters. So I know they did get together. They did get together, but I wish they could stay together, right? I wish that wasn't gross. You know what I mean? That's what I wish. That's what I want for Christmas. What about you, buddy? Who's your favorite?
Man, I love that show so much. Love the show. Truly love it. I'm a big fan of the Hound. I think that character's just awesome.
That's cool. He's great.
And just
great
an
actor.
interesting, like, anytime that show could make somebody one-dimensional, they don't. Like, they just add so many layers and interesting. I love the Hound. I love, I'm calling him Reek, but
Yeah,
Theon. Theon's great.
Craig,
And I think an actor's great, and he's so cool. He's like a redheaded Mick Jagger. He just looks like Mick Jagger to me so much.
Does he still look like my son to you? You used to say, look
Yes,
like
because your son looks like Mick Jagger. So yeah, he does. He looks like if Calvin. I guess if you, your wife, and Mick Jagger had a child. I don't know. It's what Theon looks like.
We did. I follow Arya Stark on the Instagram, and she just posted a picture of her day one of shooting, just like her, the actress, standing next to her like trailer or something. She's a little child. Like I forgot how much she's grown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's like the little girl. It's really go check that out. It's really fun.
It's such a great show. It's such a great show, Bubbo.
Yeah. It's not over yet.
No, but it'll be a sad day when it is.
Sure will be.
I
I hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
Hey, whoa. Before you scoot off,
Oh,
who was
boy.
your favorite? I want to know your...
Did you not hear me because you were singing so loud? Oh, her.
Hers, not you.
How about a ghost?
Huh?
The direwolf.
Oh, Direwolf is great, yeah. Man, I would not try to sell Amway to that house if that Direwolf was right there. Whew, that's a scary. Good, hey, Fido. Good dog. Thank you for the question.
Hey, Ralph, what do we have next? This house right here. Nope, let's keep going.
They've got a good vacuum cleaner. All right, you.
Hi.
Hi.
So you guys are just beyond comparison in terms of your improv skills. I'm wondering, how has doing these conventions, has it changed or informed improv as a skill set for you guys? Because you're just phenomenal.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you
starters.
for saying
Very nice
that.
of you. I think Rob and I both come from a background in which we had done improv separately with other people, and I think it certainly has sharpened our skills here together doing what we do. And we do it so often. I mean, we get to do. If you're an improv group, maybe you do a show once a week. We're on stage together a couple hours a weekend. A lot, 20 times a year. So we're doing, a lot of work in that regard. I think I think we've definitely gotten more deft and sharper with it.
Yeah, we've certainly gotten better with each other too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like playing an instrument with another person, and you see what their skills are and what their technique is and how yours is alike and different, and you find ways to work together. And I think Rich and I are a lot of times we have it's particularly good on-stage banter. We'll come off stage and be like, hey, that was good.
That was good. 'Cause we never talk about, just for the inside baseball of it all. Rob and I never discuss what we're going to do on stage. We never talk about what's going to happen in the morning or in any given point. We never discuss what we're going to do. We've never had that conversation, not from day one, not now. So we come on stage, we never know how the opening monologue is going to go. And that's why people sometimes will say, you didn't do X, Y, or Z, you didn't do this, that, and the other. And that's because people mistakenly think we have a plan that we deviated from. You can't deviate from a plan if you have no plan. It makes it more fun that way. And consequently, I think because of that, there'll be things where we can anticipate. I would liken it to guys who play basketball together. I know when he's going to break for the goal.
That's right.
You kind of anticipate,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
He's going to go, so I'm going to pass it up here, and he's going to take a shot. Yeah. And I think certainly just doing it, again, like playing an instrument, just doing it more and more like we're doing it, you just keeps you warm,
Yeah.
And we just love it so much. It's fun for us. We're thankful we get to practice and stay in shape by doing this.
And we definitely were able to utilize those skills when we made Kings of Con, which is the show we made together. Because the show itself is not improv, but Rob and I wrote all the scripts together, and a lot of times we would come up with the funny bits, but when he got it up on its feet, that would change. You would get blocking around in other actors, and we would inevitably boom, 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 and then make the final choice right there on the day of finding the funniest way of making that scene work. And consequently, that sort of comfort and trust level has served us well. Thank you.
Well, Thank you, by the way, for the dramatic reading of JaxCon on the bus tour, because that made my entire life.
You're welcome.
That was
You're
great.
welcome. Somebody, for backstory, a woman named Corbett, has transcribed a lot of our openings.
Every opening from the last year.
Last
right?
last year. So they gave it to us on the tour. The tour we did, she was there and she gave it to us. And so Rob and I were doing dramatic readings of ourselves from different cities. It's really funny to go back and revisit what we say and how ludicrous some of it is. But funny nonetheless.
Yeah.
So wherever Corbett is, thank you for doing that. That was awesome. It's really cool. All right, you.
First off, excellent rendition of the opening of Game of Thrones. I don't know why they don't just have you guys sing it.
Thank you.
Because they want people to watch the show. It's a...
And then 2 questions, one very short answer, one actual question. So first, will we ever have an opportunity to like buy a Blu-ray of Kings of Con so we can give you more money for things that we want but probably don't need? And secondly, what are your spirit animals and what do you think each other's spirit animals are?
Good question. We haven't had that one in a while. Blu-ray, I don't know. That's kind of, we had a deal with Lionsgate and Comic-Con HQ. It's kind of up to Lionsgate if they make Blu-rays out of it. So we don't know that for sure. We'd like them to. We hope they will. And we'd love to see that happen. So it's an ongoing conversation, but I just don't know the actual answer to that. And my spirit animal is an otter. Robert?
Yes, I agree with the Blu-ray question. We certainly could encourage them to do so. And certainly I'm sure we could pour over the raw footage and find some more sort of outtakes and stuff. Right now, all of our energy is on making season 2 happen. So as soon as that ship gets launched, then we'll look into the Blu-ray thing. And my spirit animal is it Screech? This guy from Ice Age. The Ice Age Scrat?
Scrat, yeah.
The Ice Age squirrel. That's my spirit animal. Scrat. And
why is Scrat in a spacesuit?
That I do not know. I know he got his this lei in Hawaii. I don't know.
It's amazing that he goes town to town with us. And like, you don't take him town to town, right? He just arrives.
No, Liz does this for me. She always has him up here for me.
That's nice.
Yeah, he does travel town to town. But yeah, we decided at some panel with Matt Cohen a few years ago that I would be the Ice Age squirrel. Because I'm that terrified.
I like the fact that your spirit animal actually isn't a real animal. It's a cartoon.
It's an Ice Age squirrel. Yeah, I know. And I think Rich's spirit animal is some kind of wolf or coyote. I see him more as like, rah, 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 rah. He's a pack leader. He's definitely like an alpha dog pack leader guy. He's going to get the pack together until bigger pack leader comes in.
I defer. I'm a wolf who defers.
An alpha wolf who defers to other alpha wolves. And you probably think my spirit animal is the squirrel from Isaac.
Or a lithe, gentle doe in the woods, searching, being attacked by a certain alpha wolf who defers a lot. Thank you for your question.
Oh, thank you. You guys are awesome.
Thanks.
As are you.
I love that you ours for each other is one that would eat and eat together.
Well, Robbie and I did, we did that one time we were interviewed about Kings of Con years ago, or not years ago, I guess when the show launched a year ago. Yeah. And we were asked to say we say 1, 2, 3. They said, I'm going to say 3, 2, 1. And when I say 3, 2, 1, say in one word what you think the show is about, or like the core.
What the other person is.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah, it was one word to describe.
Oh, that was that one. And then we did, so that one was, so it was 3, 2, 1, and I said shaky, and you said mean. It's funny because he was shaking when he said it, and I was mean when I said it, so it was perfect. Secondly, we asked to describe the show in one word, and 3, 2, 1, and you said awkward, and I said bottom, which is not an adjective.
So we decided Awkward Bottom is a great
Awkward
name.
Bottom, which is what we named our production company. I'm not kidding.
You know,
Awkward
really-
Bottom Productions.
really like the idea of like someday, having a receptionist that answers his phone, Awkward Bottom.
That's solely why we named the company that, because we want someday for somebody to have to answer the phone. Awkward Bottom.
Awkward Bottom, please hold.
Awkward Bottom.
Awkward Bottom, he's in a meeting. Can I take a message?
You got it, right? It's funny. He's laughing. It's a long way to go for a payoff, but I'm telling you, when we get there, we're all going to be laughing, except for the person we hired. It's going to be miserable. All right, you.
Hi. I first just wanted to say Kings of Con and Kings of Conversation, and you guys are such a gift. It's so funny. We love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My question is, in season 1 of Kings of Con, we just saw the band. In season 2, are we going to get any backstory to them or get to see anything with them?
Well, I don't know. We have these conversations. One of the things we thought we took great pleasure with, the joke, like certain jokes we loved, is we loved that the band was always called the band as a collective and never spoke. There was something we just found very funny about that. Now, where we go season 2 with that, I'm not sure. I mean,
You'll definitely see more of the band. There'd definitely be more of the band. We want to sort of explore that idea even more.
I just loved it when Matt goes like, "Woo, it's got a pilot. Suck it, band."
Yeah. And they're all like,
what?
Yeah, we love that idea. Yeah, we definitely, we've had thoughts. I don't want to give away anything. We've definitely had thoughts of like things the band could do, but definitely you'll have more of the band and more of the backstory of the band for sure.
It's super fun having Loud and Swain involved, period. Like, they wrote and recorded the theme song, which is a super cool track. They also did those little interstitial things, like ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, that take us from, scene to scene. So it was cool to actually sort of have everything be in-house, and it was nice to have those guys actually be on screen, because they're actually a genuine part of the show, and then part of Kings of Conversation, obviously. They're part of Jaden Swain.
Mm-hmm. And we couldn't have, during a couple of the scenes in the actual show, we didn't have the whole band there. Like, I guess Mike or Billy, somebody couldn't be there. Anyway, so my friend Devin came in to be a part of the band because he looks like he's in a band. He's got long hair. So I also think it's funny about the band is that it's Loud and Swain plus this other dude.
Some other dude. And Jason Mans.
Jason Mans.
Jason
right?
Mans. It's random pairing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm glad you liked the show so much. Thank you so much.
It's great.
Thank you so
We're
much.
excited to get more out there. You.
Hi, are you in talks with anyone for King of Con Season 2?
We are.
Okay, because if you need more help, my cousin is a lawyer at Netflix.
That's awesome. That's very cool. That's very awesome. We are working with Lionsgate. They're still our production company, and we are in the process of trying to sort out where we're going to do the next round. So I appreciate the family connect. That's very kind of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The fans have been so incredibly supportive through this whole thing. It's been amazing.
Oh, it's awesome. It's really, really, we wouldn't have made the show had it not been for the crowdfunding support we got from the crowd. So you're the crowd. If you supported the show either financially or by retweeting the link or by just talking about it online, we thank you, because we wouldn't have been able to do our show without you helping us do our show. So thank you very much. I
Or
appreciate
simply
it.
just by being here right now. Thank you.
Yes. You, young lady.
Hi. Okay, so my friend and I were talking about and wondering about what happened to God and his sister once they, departed from the show. And we were thinking, oh my gosh, Chuck in the Darkness would be a great name for a band. So my question, and both of you can answer this, is if they created the band Chuck in the Darkness, what would their debut album art look like, and what would their first single be called?
That's a great question.
The first album we call it, but I'll take my spin on it.
Okay.
And it'll be Chuck, Rob, and obviously Emily Swallow, but Rob up there kind of doing one of these things, like pointing his watch. And the album's called No Time to Bring Back Gabriel. And then the single will be called Better Things to Do, and then in parentheses, Manscaping. That's.
You see what I have to put up every day? Every day it's like this.
Well, you got to come back to the show, and it was great. Everybody was so excited. You came back, and God is alive and back on the show, and they put it to you. They flat out asked you, hey, what about Gabriel? And you, on the day, you ignored the dialogue written in the script and improvised a line about not having time to bring Gabriel back, basically closing the door on
No, what happened
the
is they
return.
called me into the writers' meeting.
Yeah,
They
see,
said,
I
"We're
knew
thinking of
it.
bringing Richard back." What? Not even Gabriel, just my name Richard. Like,
And you said not
I don't think we
having
got
it.
time for it, and I think that's what God should say. No, I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with it. You enjoy making my blood pressure go.
You said it on screen.
You saved my life. You've spent every waking moment since then trying to kill me.
Did you or did you not, on screen, in front of yourself and everybody,
Said the line that was written because that's my job to do.
that Gabriel's not coming back because you don't have the time in your schedule?
That's what I said.
Okay.
I didn't.
Your Honor, I rest.
Your Honor, may I approach the bench?
No.
I call for a mistrial. Just to answer your question, your actual question, I see it more as the darkness and God sort of back to back, sort of kind of a 70s sort of Barbra Streisand, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Sort of a, kind of a washed out, kind of a glow to it.
Yeah, a little Sonny and Cher kind of feel to it.
Maybe she's wearing like a shoulderless number.
Let's keep it classy.
Okay, sorry. We're kind of staring off into the distance. And it's called, the name of the album is Together, But So Far Apart. And the first single is called We Just Can't Bring Gabriel Back.
Right.
That's just my vision, sort of what. And the second track is it's just called Manscaping is Fun. But that's just all the darkness's number.
Thank you for your question that rubbed salt into a very, very sore wound. Appreciate that very much.
I also wish that God had had time to bring Gabriel back.
Yeah, we all
He's
do.
my
A lot of
favorite.
us, I mean,
Hey, guess what?
it would have been nice if you had a little time to squeeze that into your schedule. I get it. I mean, it was just please, I get it. You had time to sit there with Metatron and yap your face off, but no time. Take a walk out to the mountains and look at the lake. Have a moment in nature. But no, real tight when it came down to recreating Gabriel. Oh, poof. I'd love to, but...
As a fan of the show, I mean, I would like to see that too. I'm as frustrated as you are.
That is a lie. Don't even faux cheer
That's
that.
it.
That's
Woo!
not...
Woo!
First of
Go,
all...
Rob, we love you, Rob. Woo!
We love you, Rob. Ah,
You're so right about
Rob is so on. Rob gets it. F you, Rich.
Wow, who said that? Yeah, no, I'd love to bring you back, buddy, but it's just, we were in that moment, we just didn't have a lot of...
Yeah, bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, my hands are tied, bud.
Your hands clearly were not tied. I saw your hand. You were gesticulating wildly during this. And I've never seen you say a line with more glee. That was a drama, and it was the happiest I've seen you. I worked with you in a comedy.
No.
You were like,
No,
and we don't have time to... Yeah, I feel like you looked at the camera and went like, like...
No, the fact is when we were rehearsing that scene, it really tickled me, that line, because it was so... I was like, really, guys? Like, I have to say this? And I was, like, making things up in the rehearsal, like, we can't bring Gabriel back because he's got a thing, or we can't bring Gabriel back because he just wants too much money, or whatever.
When they rolled the cameras, you made up the line, I don't have time.
Right. No. Your Honor, can we read back the
transcript?
You said you don't have time. No, I read the line that was written for me to read because that was my job as an actor to do.
Well, you sure as shit enjoyed it. Thank you for your question. I appreciate it. All right, you.
Hi.
Hi.
You guys are beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Never leave this lighting.
And my question is, if your characters from Kings of Con were thrust into an episode of Supernatural, how do you think they would react?
Ooh. Mashup, Robbie.
Mashup.
Crossover. Very special episode where Rob and Rich end up on Supernatural.
Well, we'd mess everything up royally.
Yeah.
The boys would try to enlist our help to maybe hunt somebody down, or...
I think we would fangirl too hard.
I think Rob would die within the first 15 minutes.
as part of the storyline, or literally go just drop?
Rob Bennett
Right.
would turn to ash, stabbed by something or something. He would just die.
You know, but in Supernatural, if you turn to ash, that means you're just asking Chad Lindbergh a question. It's turn to ash.
I just turned right into ash.
It's a niche joke, Robbie.
It's a niche joke.
Somewhere at home on the live stream, Lindbergh is laughing. That was a good.
I just see you and I, trying to help the guys, and then somehow I get hit with an anvil or something.
Tank, you're taken out.
And then the guy's like, what happened to the other guy? And you're like, Tank took him out. Like, all right, you're good enough. Let's go.
And then we go off and we
save the day.
Do the thing.
Then you guys bring Gabriel back.
Well, we have plenty of time at that point. That would be a funny as hell call. It would be a very French mistake to have those guys come and do the show. That'd be awesome. Dare to dream.
Dare to dream.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi.
Hi, guys. So Kings of Con was one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But you might have passed that with the after show, because the after show was excellent.
Thank you.
What gave you the idea to do that? And how much of that was ad-libbed and how much of that was written?
Well, the entire thing was ad-libbed.
The whole thing?
Yeah, once we got, we had an outline of like, now you're going to bring this guy out, now you're going to do this game, or you're going to do this, but none of the actual content itself was planned out or scripted. Yeah, there was a monitor that would tell us, okay, move on to this next bit, but there were no lines. But the idea was really Rich's brainchild. He had this idea to do an after show for Supernatural, like a Talking Dead kind of show that he pitched to Warner Brothers.
Yeah, there was a period of time where Bob Singer and Jeremy Carver and I were pitching an after show, like a Talking Dead type show, that we couldn't get off the ground. But then when Rob and I finally sold our show, and by the way, it looked exactly like Kings of Conversation. It was Rob, it was the band, it was Jay Lund. It was before we ever made the show, but Jay Lund, who played Kurt the photographer and was our bouncer announcer on that show, he and I have been friends for 20 years, and so I knew that I wanted him to be the announcer for the after show. So we built this whole design. Everything was the same. We just put Carly in instead of whoever would have been there, and everything else was there. And it was one of those things where once we got the show off the ground, in terms of Kings of Con, the production, Seth at Lionsgate was, amenable to the idea of doing something else. And so I just said, well, what about this? And I literally just kind of changed the title to Kings of Conversation and sent him the document that I'd been pitching elsewhere. And he's like, done, let's do it. And thus gave rise to Kings of Conversation.
It was a really great experience. They put a lot of money into it so that we had a set, and we had, I got Loud and Swain got to be in it. And for the first half of it, Richard was gone. He was directing Supernatural. Mm-hmm. And so I sort of had to take the reins. So it was kind of daunting at first. But we developed a really good flow, and it was super fun. And then Rich came back and fit right in seamlessly. The whole thing was like a dream come true.
It was a really fun experience. Because that was live, even though it was not live TV, but live web. It was really fun. There was a certain amount of pressure to that, which made it awesome and exhilarating. And it was that was a great experience. And we got a lot of fun people to come in and be a part of it. So oftentimes the audience, the live audience, was the crew of the show we had made. So it was like old home week every week. It was just a blast. It was a really cool time. I'm glad you liked it.
The photo op thing you did killed me.
Yeah.
Just having guest stars come in and do a photo op in 2 seconds.
There are fun moments of that show
Hilarious.
that I reflect back on, and one of them was that when it was Ron Livingston.
Oh, he was great.
Who just had I've known Ron for a long time, and he was he's hilarious in the show in Kings of Con, and then came in to the after show, and just when we got over there, and we kind of told him what we were going to do, and we just got over there with him, and you could just see Ron, who's just such a chill guy, kind of going, what? And just watching Ron, who's a comedy genius, but that's not his bailiwick per se, that sort of wacky over the top thing. He's a more docile fella, and watching him, those random ideas being thrown at him, and just watching him take it in and going, Christ, why'd I say yes? You just sort of got the sense he's going, it's a good thing I like these guys. And it was just super, that made it fun.
Yeah. And we truly didn't know what they were going to give us for that. They kept that secret, and yeah, it was super fun.
It was awesome. Thank you for watching it all.
Yeah,
Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
You.
My question is for Rob. I was wondering how you personally feel about God's relationship he had with Becky.
Well, you know, as God said, you know, he's had some girlfriends, he's had some boyfriends, so he's been around, he's gotten out there, he's dated. So I think the question really is for Becky. I think I'd love to sit down with Becky and tell her how much she missed out. If she would have known that as was God she's dating, maybe she wouldn't have dumped him so that she could terrorize poor Sam even more.
Maybe she could help you with your time management.
Every night I say a prayer to the supernatural writers so that they could ease my pain. Bring me back so that I can bring you back.
Man.
But anyway, yeah, that's the question. Is Becky missed out, right? Yeah. Yeah, that was always tough. But that was fun, though. That was always great. The Becky episodes were really great. She was awesome. She's so funny. And Emily's
She's great. Super fun actress.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I feel okay about it. I'm still a little bitter, obviously. It's tough. But I'm okay. I'm dealing with it. I'm God. You know what? So I mean, like, look in the mirror every morning. I'm like, you're God. You can do this. And it's getting better. Every day's a little better than the last. Thank you.
Thank you. You.
Hello. So first of all, I just wanted to say you two are one of my favorite actors on Supernatural.
The two of us are one of your favorite actors in
Two of
Supernatural?
us. Two of you guys.
Awesome.
And I'm gladly missing The Walking Dead right now because you guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
And I just wanted to ask do you think that Chuck would bring back John after his R&R time with Amara and just throw John into the world and see how Mary would react?
Totally. Yeah, I bring Jeffrey Dean back. Throw him in the.
Oh, really? You got time to bring Jeffrey Dean back? Oh, that's interesting.
He's not an archangel. It's nothing. You could just he's just a human being. He died. I raise him, throw him back in.
He's also not your son.
You're an yes, exactly. You think I want my son to get back into this mess? We never know what could happen. I don't want you to get hurt. I'm doing it for your own good.
You want me to stay dead so I don't get hurt.
I never said you were dead. Okay, first of all, I never said you're dead.
Well, I'm something because you say you don't have time to bring me back, which means I'm somewhere that's not there. I'm somewhere else doing something else. Hey. Sounds like I'm not fully assembled.
Hey.
So if I'm not dead, I'm in an awful lot of discomfort.
Hey. What I said was, if you go back and look at the script, I say, we don't have the time it takes to put him back together.
Yeah, I'm dismembered.
Right.
Ouch.
I'm looking for the right arm. I'm missing your left arm.
Okay.
Right now you have two left arms. So anyway, yeah, heck yeah, I'd get Jeffrey Dean back in there, get John in, and you know what? I'd get young John back in too, get Matt
All
going.
right.
That makes you mad.
Keep it together. Jeez Louise.
Hey, I will get you back. I just need some time. I'm buying some time.
We've had a lot of freaking time. For crying out loud. Let's take one more question.
Okay, we take one more question.
My question is for Rob. What is your favorite brand of guitar?
Well, I play Gibson. I really like Gibson. You know, I used to play Fender, which is what Billy plays. But when Billy joined the group, we were both basically playing the same guitar, and we both had kind of the same sound. So in order to sort of differentiate our sounds, Billy kind of turned me on to the Gibson, it's just kind of a heavier, lower end sound, and a great for rhythm, which is what I play in the band. So yeah, I quite like them. They're heavier than Fender, so it's a little harder on your shoulders. Yeah, but yeah, so I play a semi-hollow body Gibson.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Last question, right there, right here.
Really?
Take it.
Oh, hi. I was just wondering, if you guys were stuck in TV world, what show would you want to be in?
Oh, I think I'm glad you brought that up. I think it's a perfect answer. This whole BS lie you've got going, if you don't have time to bring me back, I think we take that shit to Judge Judy. She'll sort it out. Right, Mike? She'll get it handled. She'll get to the bottom of this.
Don't
She'll
bring
see
Mike-
right through your little crap
Don't
show.
bring Mike into our drama.
Your little lies. Oh, trust me, nothing gets by Judge Judy.
Fine.
Thank you for bringing
I'll do
that up.
Thank you. Good question. And I'll go in front of Judge Judy. I will testify. I will testify.
All right. We'll see. We
Fine.
will see.
See you in court.
Thank you, San Francisco. It's been awesome. Appreciate it. Listen, this is the, I know you have photographs, hopefully with us. I know you have autographs, hopefully with us. But nonetheless, this is us saying goodbye from the stage. The stage is done doing what the stage does, which means Rob, Rich, the band, and I, we are all done doing 2017. It's our goodbye. And we sing, in honor of that, the song we sing at the end of every convention. If you know it, please sing along. Boys, let's do it, shall we?
It's the end of the con as we know it. It's the end of the con as we know it. It's the end of the con as we know it. So go home.
After you come get your photograph with me or Rob or your autograph, you know, don't hurry.
It's the end of the con as we know it. It's the end of the con as we know it. It's the end of the con as we know it. So go home.
On behalf of Mr. Stephen Norton, Billy Moran, Michael Borja, and Rob Benedict, I'm Richard Speight, and I say, thank you! Thank you, San Francisco. It's been an honor and a pleasure. We will see you in 2018.
I love you.